Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager number 432S mill finish aluminum half saddle threshold. The first impression naturally is how incredibly thick this item is. This is a substantial piece of aluminum by all account, and it's heavy as well. Weighs over a pound per foot, which is awfully heavy for aluminum. And a threshold like this is something that you would use, in my opinion, where you were going to have substantial traffic. Maybe a service door to a business, and there was going to be routinely hand cart traffic taken over it, and you simply want a piece of aluminum that's going to be thicker than average. Having talked up the thickness of the item, its maximum thickness is 0.233, and then 0.123, 0.233, 0.123. So, basically an eighth of an inch, basically a quarter inch. So that's thicker than average, and you can certainly buy lighter duty half saddle thresholds. But I would use this Hager 432S when I was looking to transition between maybe an inside floor condition and then an exterior slab or sill, and I knew I was going to be bringing cart traffic over it. Okay, it's not rated for vehicular traffic. Don't drive over this with a car. But heavy duty applications. Now there is an image down below this video that shows the dimensional properties. It is indeed 4-inch wide. Okay, it's going to transition a half of an inch. Half saddle because it's literally half of a saddle threshold, and this will butt up to something. Obviously transitioning two different floor surfaces. This is the MIL or mill. This is exactly what the threshold looks like when it's extruded at the mill. Hager can supply the 432S in both a DBA, and I'm looking at it on my screen, dark bronze anodized, or a GLD, gold anodized, along with the mill finish. So you can do 3 different finishes on this, should you need. Listed in the website in lots of different lengths. Everything from 2 foot to 8 foot. You can buy longer than that, but the cost to ship the material is generally prohibitive. But feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to quote the freight for you for that sort of situation. Now, if you have a need for a custom length, like this client, who ordered 40-inch length pieces, feel free to order the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field the net length that you'd like for us to ship the material out at, and we'll be happy to supply it that way. Now that will save you the trouble of not only cutting it, and it's just aluminum, so you'll be able to cut it with a carbide tipped saw blade, but it'll save you the trouble of cutting it. It will save you the trouble of re-prepping a hole at the end, which you may not want to have to do, and then it'll give you a relatively uniform center to center of the screw holes down the length of the unit. People can generally cut it and drill a hole, but then they realize, oh gosh, I have flat head anchors, and I have no way to countersink those. And those are the screws in a complementary finish. And speaking of the anchors, because this is heavy duty, thicker, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that you'll be using it in an application where you wanted something more robust. I would recommend that you consider alternative fasteners than the standard number 10 by 1.5 inch flathead that are supplied, because they may not be adequate for your application. You might very much benefit from having machine screws, like a number 1032 by 1.5 inch or so machine screw, and then using a 1032 lead anchor into your concrete sill. You'll want to be sure that the load you're taking over the threshold is not going to defeat plastic anchors or whatever that you're going to use to install it. And we can help you with specialty anchors, so reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you with that. There is a link below this video to a product catalog, which will show you the half saddle 432, along with Hager's other half saddles that are available. The 572 is relatively unique, that transition, where it's 1 inch overall height and still transitioning a half of an inch difference in floor surfaces. The 407 is a nice threshold to have because you can need to be able to transition that threshold in such a way where you are only getting to 3/4 inch overall height. Okay, a 3-inch wide half saddle, obviously a 4-inch wide half saddle, a 5-inch wide half saddle. 7-inch is there as well. I don't see why you couldn't take the 431S if you needed to create something custom. You'd be able to do that because you've got those 2 ribs that you might be, you might say, well, I need 3 3/4. Okay, take that, turn it on your table saw and run it down. There is, if you're going to do that, you might want to order it undrilled so that the locations of the screw holes, make sense with the ultimate finish size. There's also a link below this video to an additional document called Product Brochure, and that will give you a little bit more insight into some of the other sister products that generally can go with a half saddle threshold. Some transition strips are there as well. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Hager products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Hager 432S-MIL half saddle threshold or any other Hager product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.